Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel. This is Binsi Joshi. Today we can discuss about anemia, the different kinds of anemia, the causes of anemia, manifestations and treatment. First of all, what is anemia? Anemia is the deficiency of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the content of RBC. Then RBC carries oxygen and nutrients to our body. So the deficiency of hemoglobin is called anemia. Then first of all we can discuss about what are the causes of anemia. First one, the blood loss. Blood loss means any kinds of injury, trauma, accident or some kinds of blood disorder, hemophilia or something like that may leads to decreased amount of hemoglobin and leads to anemia. The second reason is inadequate production of RBC. It may be due to the bone marrow depression or any kinds of bone marrow disease may leads to decreased amount of RBC, and this is the reason for anemia. The third reason is the bone marrow produces adequate amount of RBC, but RBC has destructed due to some other disease conditions. For example, in malignancy, due to radiation or chemotherapy medications, the RBC has destroyed. Then in renal failure patient, due to the inadequate production of erythropoietin, something like these kinds of disease condition, the RBC has destroyed or the RBC flow has destructed, so it may leads to anemia. Then fourth reason is deficiency of iron or folic acid containing food, or we can say inadequate digestion or inadequate absorption of iron from our digestive tract. The body has to absorb adequate amount of iron and it has stored as ferritin in our body, in our bones, and the hemoglobin use this ferritin. So in some cases, the adequate absorption has delayed or inadequate intake of iron containing food may leads to leads to anemia. These are the main reasons for anemia. Now we can go to the different kinds of anemia. Iron deficiency anemia, aplastic anemia, sickle cell anemia, and so on. First of all, we can discuss about iron deficiency anemia. What is iron deficiency anemia? It may be due to inadequate intake of folic acid or iron supplements, or delayed or decreased absorption of iron from our body. During the digestive process, the inadequate absorption of iron from our stomach also may lead to iron deficiency anemia. The pregnancy, it especially occurs in children. After starting the weaning diet, the children may not take adequate amount of nutrients food, and during the pregnancy the metabolic rate has increased due to the over workload. So these people also get iron deficiency anemia. Then we can go to the detailed in iron deficiency anemia. What are the signs and symptoms of iron deficiency anemia? First of all, we can say pallor, weakness, fatigue, and irritability. These are almost all common manifestations of anemia. Pallor and weakness. Then their workload, cardiac workload has increased. It may lead to tachycardia and so on. Then the main point is brittle spoon-like nail and chelosis. We can see some many questions are related to these points. Brittle spoon-like nail and chelosis. What is the meaning of chelosis? Chelosis means crack in the corner of mouth. This is mainly due to iron deficiency anemia. Now we can say about the management for iron deficiency anemia. First of all, we have to give iron-rich food. Then what are the iron-rich food? The spinach, broccoli, seaweed, apricot, then almost all kinds of fruits, soya beans, pumpkin seeds, and liver. Liver is one of the best source of iron. Okay, these are the iron-rich food, and we have to give and advise the patient the importance of taking iron-rich food. Helps to increase our hemoglobin level. Then, in addition to that, we have to give iron supplements to the patient. It is coming in the form of tablets, syrup and drops, and injection form. Then we have to remember two things while administering the medication to the patient. First of all, the oral medications, iron should be given on empty stomach. This is the best time because on empty stomach the absorption will be increased. Same like it has to be given with any kinds of vitamin C supplements, especially the orange juice is the one of the best choices, because the absorption will be increases with these kinds of vitamin C. Then while giving oral drips, oral or syrup form of iron, we have to think about our teeth, because it may cause stain in our teeth and cause irritation. So after administering the medication, the patient has to rinse the mouth clearly with pure water, or we have to give iron syrup in straw. So it helps to avoid the stain in our mouth. Then, while giving the parenteral administration, we have to give only in the Z-track method, the IM. It is given in the IM form, so should give in Z-track method, because this is very painful medication. While administering, we have to give in the Z-track method, avoid the medicine entering into the subcutaneous tissue. Clear? Then, in addition to that, the iron may causes constipation to the patient. So while giving iron medications, we have to advise the patient to drink plenty of water. Also, they have to take fiber containing food to avoid constipation. Clear? Now, just we can say about sickle cell anemia. What is sickle cell anemia? It is a autosomal recessive disorder. Normally, the RBC is in round shape and blood flow through it. But in sickle cell anemia, the RBC become the S-shaped. So, the destruction of blood, that leads to anemia or decreased hemoglobin level. Then, hemoglobin, what are the precipitating factors? Emotional stress, physical stress, then fever, some kinds of any other infections are the precipitating factor for sickle cell anemia. The signs and symptoms are same like iron deficiency anemia. The patient may feel fatigue, dehydration, weakness, something like that. The patient then main clinical manifestation is patient or person do not get enough amount of oxygen or nutrients to their body. So they are hunger. They are feeling hunger like oxygen. So the patient get severe pain on the body, especially pain in the abdomen, long bones, the pain and tenderness in the joints. The patient may feel dyspnea and chest pain also. This is mainly in sickle cell anemia. The patient get chest pain and dyspnea, severe pain. Okay, clear? Then the main intervention for the patient with sickle cell anemia is give adequate amount of fluid and oxygen. The oxygen, we have to give the priority to oxygen, because airway, according to the rule of airway, breathing and circulation, we have to give priority to airway. So we have to give adequate amount of oxygen as well as the fluid, because the fluid dehydration leads to sickling, and the oxygen, the reduced amount of oxygen also leads to sickling. So sickling means what? Sickle cell crisis. So we have to avoid. How we can avoid the sickle cell crisis? We have to give the oxygen supply. We have to give the fluid, adequate amount of fluid. Then we have to avoid some precipitating factors such as fever, infection, avoid emotional as well as the physical stress. In addition to that, we can avoid extreme hot or cold drinks or weather, something like that. Then give or advise the patient to vaccinate flu and pneumonia injection as according to the rules. So something like that we can avoid the sickling crisis. Clear? Then we can say about aplastic anemia. What is aplastic anemia? Aplastic anemia means failure of the bone marrow to produce adequate amount of RBC, WBC and platelet count. These are the main reason for aplastic anemia. Then we can say about the manifestations or symptoms related to aplastic anemia. The patient with aplastic anemia also feel fatigue, weakness, tiredness and something like that. In addition to that, the patient while taking the lab value, pancytopenia. What is the pancytopenia? Pancytopenia means decreased amount of WBC, RBC and platelet. We all together say pancytopenia. Then we can see petechia. The patient with aplastic anemia, we can see petechia. The petechia means the pinpointed blood spot. The pinpointed blood spot we can see on their skin. This is called petechia. Then bleeding from the nose, gum, something like that. These are some bleeding disorders. These are the manifestations or symptoms related to aplastic anemia. Then treatment for the aplastic anemia is bone marrow replacement, because transplantation, because the patient the bone marrow, this is due to the problem with bone marrow. So we have to transplant the bone marrow. Then administer immunosuppressive medications, administer blood transfusion to the patient. Then the patient has to wear medical alert while going outside or anywhere, because the patient somebody can recognize about this patient. The patient is on neutropenic conditions as well as the thrombocytopenic condition. That means their platelet count as well as WBC count has reduced. So we have to give the precautions to avoid infection as well as bleeding. Isolate the patient, avoid the contact with infected person, then limit the number of visitors, something like that. Then some kinds of bleeding precautions. While doing some work, they have to wear the gloves. Then you use electrical eraser while shaving, avoid injury. Something like that we have to advise the patient how to avoid the bleeding and getting infection. So these are the things related to aplastic anemia. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and share to your friends also. Bye.